Thanks for coming out, everybody. Coach Leipold here at coming off the loss against Northern Illinois. The record at 5-5. The Bulls are back in action on Saturday against Akron, 3:30 start. So, with that, take questions for Coach Leipold.
Okay, Coach, why don't you just start out? Tell us what your impressions of Akron.
Another experienced football team. I think impressive defense. Well, I think one of the top run defenses. The more we've looked even at national things, one of the better run defenses in the nation. Athletic linebacker group, probably the most athletic three linebackers as a trio that we've been able to see. There's experience on both sides of the ball. I think depending on which depth chart you're looking at, there's 8 starters that are seniors on one side of the ball, 8 or 9 on the other. So an experienced football team that will be a good test. Offensively, have settled in on a quarterback now for about the past 5-6 weeks. Strong arm, athletic. Got a nice receiving core with big bodies who run well. Again, and they try to be balanced. They schematically similar to some of the other teams we've seen, but again, a good test for us. So 2 5-5 football teams with both have a lot to play for, and should be an exciting matchup.
Brown, the will linebacker, he's leading the conference in sacks and I think tackles for loss. Describe how they use him. I mean, is he sort of in passing situations, he's the stand-up and as a four-man line?
They use him in a lot of different ways, but they not as much as you would think. But I tell you what, one thing he does an excellent job of a backside of things. If he sees a run-through gap, he takes it and goes. You know, he does a nice job of, you know, he's as good a backer we've played, I think, in the conference of playing with a burst. You know, when he sees something and he can close ground quickly, and that's why first team all conference guy, and he plays like it, and he plays with a lot of confidence.
So does that mean he's the fifth man joining the rush?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. If they use him in pressure situations, yeah. Now they will use their nickel package and use him in different ways there as well, because they'll play a 3-man front in passing situations, and they'll find a way to create the fourth rusher off of that.
Lance, the oddity of this is the second time in the last 3 games you'll have faced the leader in the conference in sacks. You did a pretty good job against the guy from Kent State. Do you look back on that for anything leading in this? Are they different positions?
Yeah, it's different, and again, another impressive front. So we've got to find ways that we can create create positive plays on our, whether it be run or pass. And we've got to be smarter in our protections and do different things that we allow Joe to get rid of the ball. But another good test. You see a group that's physical up front, and when things get going, they play with a lot of confidence.
The Blodgett, you've been using him a lot at guard. Just what do you think are the strengths Blodgett brings to the table, and what do you think about his play?
Well, Bobby is, as a senior lineman, he's one of our most experienced. Definitely one of our better linemen as far as consistency goes. He's played guard in this program before our arrival, but when we looked at returners and where we're at, we felt the tackle position was the best place to play him. But now through injuries and just whether it be Andy Fiddler, Rubens Joseph, Tyler O'Henley, those were guys up until a few weeks ago hadn't played a lot of football, and then all of a sudden playing a lot of snaps is something we've tried to analyze, and what's the best way to rotate and maybe keep bodies fresh, and so Bobby's one of the most versatile and of the healthy bodies right now. So we've been able to do that, and putting him and John Kling on the same side of the ball at times has helped us.
Matt Weiser, has the most catches ever for a UB tight end. Again, what do you think about? What can you say about his play?
I don't know if there's enough words to say what he's done. He's had an outstanding year. There'll be a day where and those type of guys are gone. Not anything but him, but that's presently in your program. But what a quality individual. First of all, the things about certain guys in the senior class as we get close to closing out the regular season. their maturity, their character, their everything that's what they're about off the field will always resonate with me. Through the rest of my days, I guess. And then you take away then you add into it how he goes about his business. Every day's the same. He's an even keel guy who goes out there and works hard every day. He's never once seen him disgruntled or anything about more opportunities or how he's being used. He just goes out there and gives you everything he has. Been awfully consistent, excellent hands, solid in the run game, blocking for us, better than we thought. When we went in, we were concerned about size and weight and how he'd handle the point of attack and things like that, and he has exceeded our expectations from really before we took the field last spring immensely, and deservingly he's had the type of year he's had, and we're going to need a big couple weeks from him again.
He had 15 catches last year. I don't need you to talk about how he was used in the past, but a 15-catch guy when before the Albany, going into the Albany game, did you envision 50 catches, or a lot of catches, many more catches, or is it something that developed?
We came out of spring ball looking at our two tight ends as two weapons that we wanted to make sure were going to be steadily used in the game plan as much as they could be. That's answering it enough. Yeah, we've never said this guy's going to have this many catches or whatever, I don't ask the coordinators or Rob Ianello or Alan Hensel, give me the targets that we're throwing to these guys, because coverages and things are always going to mandate that. But yeah, to figure that Matt Weiser and Mason Schreck had to find a way to be used, and then Mason's injury early in the season kind of slowed down some of that, what we wanted to kind of get done with both guys on the field. But is it shocking in what we went into, the beginning of August that Matt would have 50 catches? No.
Did the second half, the way your guys played in Northern Illinois, did you see that through the week of practice, that there was maybe a different kind of an attitude based on that second half as opposed to coming off a loss? Did you feel that the guys had some confidence in what they were able to do in the second half moving forward?
Moving forward, as far as we've gone this week so far, well, we practiced Sunday. That was the only night we've practiced since the game on the field. I think they've handled it maturely, and I know they're disappointed. We met on Thursday. They had a weight room session on Saturday. They were off Friday and yesterday. I think so. I think we've got to find a way to start faster in games of when you're playing people like a Northern or like an Akron. We've got to come out of the gate a little bit faster and a little more confident in what we can do. Because playing uphill in the second half is awful tough, and it's not and we put ourselves in some of those positions early on in the year as well. But pleased with the effort and the fight, and hopefully the things that were positive as it goes, whether it be by unit or individual, we can gain confidence that we can do that and find a way to do it for 60 minutes.
I was thumbing through because I wanted to throw the stat at you. You outscored your opponent 71-27 in the third quarter. Now, some of that is maybe not getting off to the starts that you want, but give us your best coach's theory on why you guys have been a consistently good team coming out of the locker room.
Maybe settling in. There's something. Maybe it's a confidence of. I've always nothing against. This isn't towards offensive and Andy Koldnicki or anything, but I've always, in my 9 years with Brian Borland, I've always been very confident in what the adjustment and feel when coming out of the locker room. But like you're saying, you can spin numbers any way we want, and sometimes you could say if you're behind, people get pretty vanilla in the third quarter as well. We just got to find a way to make some of those numbers appear in the first quarter and second quarter as well.
How about third down offense? It has not your low end of the conference. Is that how much of an issue do you think it is, and what do you think?
It's an issue. It's been an issue. It's something that's been talked and addressed in every single way to try to find remedies to it. if it was easily correctable, it would have been weeks ago. But again, we've got to find ways to be more effective and have answers and create things. And it can be a lot of different reasons why that happens. And we've got to continue to improve it.
With their run game, they like to run the ball. You know, they're more. Anyway, they like to run the ball. What does their run game look like? What do you think of their running back Connor? And how do you characterize the way they try to attack teams on the ground?
Well, they've quick, solid back. They do a lot of different things with the formations. Again, that makes you be gap sound again when they take people and spread you out, and the dimension that they probably have over us is not a secret, is they've got a quarterback run game, and that's the dimension in a read scheme, and it could be a quarterback draw. You can gain the extra blocker to block the. There's a lot of different ways that they can utilize that. So when you're using some of those read schemes and the RPOs and things like that makes it difficult and stresses defenses.
What were some other kinks you focused on ironing out this week?
Well, we have to tackle better. We've talked about that. We have to do a better job of wrapping up and being in position. I think we have to get on the perimeter. We have to get involved faster and be consistent. Again, we're just today's really the first work day of things, and today's the real first installation of game plan. So again, that consistency of installing things is really going to happen this afternoon. It's been almost a week since we played, but at the same time, those 4 games in 18 days of where we were at, and also the staff was out recruiting. It was a mini break for the guys, and much needed. And I'm looking forward to see. Got a great couple days of weather coming. I think we should have great energy. We know what we're playing for, and I'm looking forward to getting out there this afternoon.
You're one win away from being bowl eligible. I'm sure you know that. What would it mean to you to be bowl eligible in your first year as a D1 coach?
Well, it's not about myself as the head coach, but what it'll do for our program, and getting a win this Saturday is going to be very important, and then whatever's decided from there is going to be. But I think for what our seniors have worked for, what our program wants to be, not just this year, but for the long term, it'd be a huge I would say, accomplishment. But at the same time, it can help recruiting, can help all those things. But we can't get stuck on that at this moment. We have to be focused on playing. We're going to have to play our best football to beat Akron on the road. That's just what it has to be. And we can't play tight. We can't be worried what if and all this other stuff. It's at a point where we just need to worry about this being the most important conference game of the year.
Okay. I got one more. So Joel Okada is 167 yards away from breaking the school passing yards record.
I thought he got that. I thought he got it last week.
Sorry, stats don't.
No, it's okay. Okay.
What do you have to say about that?
It says it's about Joe's career. It's Joe, his teammates, his ability to be steady throughout his career. He's put himself ahead of some pretty good company, and well deserved. And as I said, Joe's the way he's played, the way he's hung in there, and he's taken his shots at times, but to continue to do that and do that with a couple games to play, well deserved.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.